The Merchant of Venice, Act 3, Scene 3. The setting of Act 3, Scene 3 is Venice, a street. Enter Shylock, Solanio, Antonio and Gowler. Who is not present here? Salerio or Salarino is not present here. Shylock, Gowler, look to him, tell not me of mercy. This is a fool that lent out money gratis. Shylock says that Antonio is a foolish man who lent out money gratis, that is free of interest. And what is the meaning of look to him? Guard him carefully, keep him in your custody. Hear me yet, good Shylock. Shylock, I will have my bond. I will exact the penalty because you have forfeited the bond. Speak not against my bond, the agreement that had been signed in merry jest. Remember? I have sworn an oath, I am determined that I will have my bond. Shylock is bent on taking revenge on Antonio. Thou calledst me dog before you hadst a cause. The reasons for his grudge, deep-rooted grudge against Antonio. We come to know that Antonio called him a dog. In the previous scenes also, you came across the reasons why Shylock hates Antonio so much. But since I'm a dog, beware my fangs. The Duke shall grant me justice. I do wonder, thou naughty Gowler, that thou art so fond to come abroad with him at his request. Naughty, worthless, fond, foolish, abroad out of the prison. Shylock is apprehensive that the Gowler is too worthless to keep Antonio in custody. He will definitely bring him out of the prison. Antonio, I pray thee, I beg of you, hear me speak. Shylock, insisting on the exactment of the penalty, I will have my bond. He is determined. He is bent on having the bond. I will not hear thee speak. I will have my bond. Repetition of his intention. And therefore speak no more. I'll not be made a soft and dull-eyed fool. The Christians will not be able to convince me to shake the head, relent and sigh and yield to Christian intercessors. Meaning of intercessors, pleaders. Follow not, I will have no speaking, I will have my bond exhumed. He exits from the stage. What do you think about Shylock here? Yes, Shylock appears to be a very ruthless, hard-hearted, cruel, shrewd person. Solanio, it is the most impenetrable cur that ever kept with men. And Solanio's reaction, Solanio's feelings for Shylock, definitely Solanio dislikes Shylock and he calls him the most impenetrable cur, hard-hearted dog. The meaning of cur is dog, that ever kept with men, lived among men. Antonio, let him alone. I will follow him no more with bootless prayers. I will not appeal to him anymore. I will not say bootless prayers, that is useless petitions. I will not request him. He seeks my life. He is after my life. His intention is to kill me. His reason, well, I know. Antonio knows the reason well. I often delivered, rescued from his forfeitures. Forfeitures, actions against those who could not pay their debts. Antonio himself is now enduring one of his forfeitures. He helped the debtors who were unable to repay Shylock previously. Many that have at times made moan to me, they came to Antonio and they appealed to Antonio for help. Therefore he hates me. What is the reason? Learn the reason according to Antonio. I am sure the Duke will never grant this forfeiture to hold. Who is sure? Solanio is sure. Kindly watch our video on the multiple choice questions and you will get to practice a lot of questions based on all the scenes of Act 3. Check the description box. Antonio, the Duke cannot deny the course of law for the commodity that strangers have with us in Venice. What is the meaning of this? Because if the course of law, that is, that law must take its course. If the course of law is not allowed, if it is denied, then the rights, commodity of foreigners, strangers will make them doubt, impeach Venetian justice. And this will be a serious matter because the city's prosperity, profit depends on international trade. This annotation is very important. Copy this down, or if you have this book, learn this. The entire section has been explained very well here. If it be denied, if justice is denied to Shylock, will much impeach the justice of the state, since that the trade and profit of the city consisteth of all nations, international trade. Therefore go, these griefs and losses have so baited me, made me lose so much weight, that I shall hardly spare a pound of flesh. Tomorrow to my bloody creditor, well Gowler, on, pray God, Bassanio come to see me pay his death, and then I care not. Antonio just wants to meet Bassanio for one last time. Who is the bloody creditor here? Shylock is the bloody creditor here. You must be very careful. Read each line with rapt attention. And here we come to the end of Act 3, Scene 3. It's time to quickly revise The Merchant of Venice, Act 3, Scene 4, and the setting, as always, is very important. Belmont, a room in Portia's house. Enter characters like Portia, Nerissa, Lorenzo, Jessica, and Balthazar. Lorenzo, Madam, Portia. Although I speak it in your presence, you have a noble and a true conceit of godlike amity. Portia has an understanding, has a notion of godlike amity, divine quality of friendship, which appears most strongly in bearing thus. In bearing thus, Portia is enduring the absence of her husband Bassanio in Belmont. The cheerful manner in which she is dealing with the situation is praiseworthy, and here Lorenzo tells that Portia has a very good understanding of the divine quality of friendship. But if you knew to whom that is? To Antonio, you show this honor. How true a gentleman, you send relief. Antonio is a gentleman. He is an honorable person. How dear a lover of my lord your husband. He is not only a gentleman, but he is the dearest friend of Bassanio. I know you would be prouder of the work than customary bounty can enforce you. Lover here is friend. You would be more proud than you had done this deed, than you are of your usual acts of kindness, that is bounty. I never did repent for doing good, nor shall not now, for in companions that do converse and waste the time together, friends who hold conversations and spend their time together, whose souls do bear an equal yoke of love, there must be needs a like proportion of lineaments, manners, and of spirit. So these friends who spend much of their time together, whose hearts are bound to each other by the ties of mutual affection, must necessarily have certain points of resemblance, similarity between them as regards their behavior and their disposition. Whose souls are joined together by the same bond of marriage, as oxen are joined by a yoke, an equal yoke of love. Be needs necessarily be. like, the same, lineaments, characteristics. Which makes me think that this Antonio, being the bosom lover of my friend, of my Lord, and the meaning of lover is friend, must needs be like my Lord. Antonio must necessarily be like Bassanio as far as temperament and behavior are concerned. If it be so, if Portia is right, how little is the cost I have bestowed in purchasing the semblance of my soul. Portia has argued that lovers must be like each other in soul and that close friends must also resemble each other. Therefore, Antonio must be like Bassanio, whose soul resembles Portia's own. Therefore, she is not at all sad about Bassanio's absence. Next, in purchasing the semblance of my soul from out the state of hellish cruelty from the clutches of the cruel Shylock. This comes too near the praising of myself, therefore no more of it, here other things. Lorenzo, I commit into your hands the husbandry and manage of my house, careful management of my household until my Lord's return. She entrusts upon Lorenzo the careful management of her household. This speech is also very, very important. You will find this speech in your workbook as well. Until my Lord's return, for mine own part, what will Portia do meanwhile? I have toward heaven breathed a secret vow to live in prayer and contemplation. How will she spend the time henceforth? She will, until the return of Bassanio, spend her time all alone, accompanied only by Nerissa, and she will pray and meditate until the respective husbands, that is Gratiano and Bassanio, return. Only attended by Nerissa here until her husband and my Lord's return. There is a monastery 2 miles off. Multiple choice questions, be very careful, and there we will abide, there we will stay. I do desire you not to deny this imposition, this task, the which my love and some necessity now lays upon you. I have entrusted you with this responsibility in view of my circumstances. Lorenzo, Madam, with all my heart I shall obey you in all fair commands. You will find this line quoted in most of the workbooks. You have already solved these questions, I am very sure. Portia, my people do already know my mind, what I intend to do, that I will spend my life, I will spend this period, this time in prayer and meditation, and will acknowledge you and Jessica, Lorenzo and Jessica, in place of Lord Bassanio and myself. They'll listen to you, they will obey you, and they'll help you, support you. So fare you well till we shall meet again. Lorenzo, fair thoughts and happy hours attend on you. Jessica, I wish your ladyship all hearts content. Portia, I thank you for your wish and am well pleased to wish it back on you. Fare you well, Jessica, exeunt Jessica and Lorenzo. Now Balthazar, as I have ever found thee honest, true, a truthful servant, a faithful servant, so let me find thee still. Take this same letter. Portia gives Balthazar a letter, and use thou all the endeavor of a man. Use your strength, use your speed, and go to Padua. See thou render this, deliver this letter into my cousin's hand. And what is the name of Portia's cousin? Dr. Bellario. And look what notes and garments he does give thee. Bring them, I pray thee, with imagined speed, all conceivable speed. Go as fast as you can to Padua and bring the notes and garments to me. Unto the traject, landing place, to the common ferry which trades to Venice. She will be waiting at the common ferry which trades to Venice. Carries passengers for hire. Waste no time in words, but get thee gone. I shall be there before thee. This is some kind of a plan. And what is Portia planning to do? We will come to know about this very, very soon. And she will wait for Balthazar where? At the ferry, which trades to Venice. Very important for your multiple choice question. Balthazar, madam, I will go with all convenient speed as fast as I can. Portia, come on, Nerissa, I have work in hand that you yet know not of. We will see our husbands before they think of us. Yes, we are now very excited to see what happens. Shall they see us? Nerissa is still unaware of the plan. Portia, they shall, yes, they shall see us, Nerissa, but not in such a costume, that they shall think we are accomplished, equipped with that we lack. The attributes of masculinity, with that we lack. I will hold thee any wager, any bet, when we are both accoutred, that is dressed up like young men, I will prove the prettier fellow of the two, the smarter of the two, and wear my dagger with the braver grace. Disguised as a man, Portia will prove the prettier, the smarter fellow of the two, and she will wear her dagger with the braver grace, and speak between the change of man and boy with a reed voice. Disguised as a man, as a young man, how will Portia speak? As though my voice were breaking, changing from a boy's voice to a man's voice, reed voice, and turn to mincing steps. Instead of walking like a lady, she will walk like a man, with a manly stride, manly gait, and speak of phrase fights like a fine bragging youth. She will boast of fighting like a fine boastful young man. She will also tell quaint lies, elaborate lies, how honorable ladies sought my love, which I denying they fell sick and died, I could not do withal. She could not do anything about it. Then I will repent and wish for all that I had not killed them. And 20 of these puny lies, feeble and silly lies. How many lies? 20. I will tell that men shall swear I have discontinued school, that it is a year since I left school. I have within my mind 1,000 raw tricks, crude tricks of these bragging jacks, these boastful fellows, which I will practice. Why shall we turn to men? Here we come to know about Portia's plan. Portia and Nerissa will be disguised as young men. Here, revelation of the plan. Portia, fie, what are questions that? If thou were near a lewd interpreter, someone with a dirty mind, but come, I will tell thee all my whole device, whole plan, when I am in my coach, which stays for us at the park gate. Important piece of information, and therefore haste away, be quick, for we must measure 20 miles today. Distance to be covered, 20 miles, exeunt, and then the next scene, scene 5, will take us to Belmont, Portia's garden with Lancelot and Jessica. Till then, study well, stay safe, and bye.